Hey, I'm Trish. I'm just going to do a little follow-up on the Veronica and Gillian case, the two missing women from Kansas. The body has been discovered. The people that have been arrested are related to it is a paternal grandmother and related to the family, so the paternal family. So those cards that I read on that last reading, pretty much the cards were all over it. They were on it. It kept saying it's related to something organised, or knowing where the time would come out. So it would be like organised deal or organised meeting. Card kept coming out, and it kept coming out with the time. And I kept saying it's related to somebody knew where they were going to be at what time. So it's related to that, and it did keep coming out with family. So the cards were pretty much accurate with who did it. Because I rewatched it just to have a look to see, because sometimes when I'm doing the reading, I'm not actually logical, so I can't remember what I've said. So I did read it, I did watch it back just to have a look, and I couldn't believe the cards and how spot on these cards are when they come out. Sometimes interpretation may be wrong, but a lot of the times the cards just tell the story. So the other thing I found really interesting is that when I was doing, I think it was Veronica's read, it could have been, I'm not sure, it could have been Gillian's, it said, "Please find me, I am in deep," or I'm the deeply involved card. So it's the deep, I don't think it's here for me to show you. Deeply involved, it's not, but that card came out. So knowing the outcome of where they were found, in a very deep hole. They were found very deep hole, 10 feet deep, I believe, and covered by rocks. But it said, "Please find me, I'm in too deep." So, or I'm deeply involved. I'm in deep is basically what the cards were saying. I don't think I read it that way on that one. As I said, interpretation can be sometimes a little bit different. I think I may have missed that part. I'm not sure. I did say it. I read it exactly as what it said. "Please find me deeply involved," or "in deep," or "water." So maybe that's what and that's exactly where she was found. They were found in a very deep hole. The other thing that bothered me about that reading was the amount of times the Hanged Man card came out on both girls. So it bothers me a little bit. I wonder if there's some element of that, because there was a lot of blood, and the blood card kept coming out over and over again in that reading. So that part really bothered me with that reading as well. But interesting. So I'm just going to pull a couple of cards just on the motives maybe. So let's have a look at why they did it. Or this, we're looking into the family now, because we know, here it says crime of passion or desire just fell out then. Here we just want to pull any other cards. Okay, what I'm doing is just tapping into the energy of, and that was the other thing, I did have a very good strong connection to, particularly Veronica is the one I had the strongest connection to when I did that reading. And at one stage she kind of went mad at me for something that I'd said. So, and she was very clear in saying to me and relaying the message that no matter what she's done in the past, or what run-ins she's had, I guess, with that family, that it's not deserving of what the outcome of what happened to her, what they done to her. And she was very clear in saying that to me, because she said to me, whatever I've done in the past, I'm innocent, and I'm not deserving of what's happened to me. That's what she clearly said to me. So, I feel like whatever run-in or things that's played out between the family, the paternal side and her, it is saying that, she non-deserving of what they did to her. So she was very clear in saying that. So I had a very good, strong connection to Veronica. So I knew that Veronica had passed because I could feel her very, very strongly. She was very emotionally heated, like she was very heated in the way she was coming through to me. Crime of opportunity with this case does indicate that they made the most of the opportunity. They knew where they were going to be, at what time, and they took that opportunity. Here is saying drugs, alcohol and blood. Again, that blood card comes out all the time. I really do feel like in this case it is blood. And it was an organised meeting. So again, the cards are pulling out the exact right cards for what happened, and this is what they did when I did the reading. But and I just flicked over on that one there, family connection. That flicked over to come out, and it flicked there. So now that we know what's happened, it's very interesting that these cards are coming out, telling the story. Let's see if there's something we don't know. That one's about to come out. Around the time, so again, we're talking about time. Okay, that's a slow process. See, that bothers me. That's what I'm saying, related to here in the bleeding. I feel it's maybe a little cruel or sadistic. Like, yeah, just the energy here is not good. Again, she's saying they were innocent, no matter what they've done or what run-ins they've had in the past. They were innocent. They were two innocent women, and not deserving of it, of the confrontation that occurred there. And accomplices. It wasn't just one person, it was accomplice, and they said in that reading it was a group of people. So there was accomplices there. All guilty. They were all complicit and all guilty of that crime. Everybody that was involved, the 5 of them, they're saying they were all complicit, all accomplices and all guilty is what they're telling me. Okay, yeah, maybe it was organised by one person. This is the phone, so maybe like the phone activity, of course, will expose secrets is what it's saying. So here it's saying it was something that was organised, and phone activity is going to expose secrets here. That is the Hanging card, or the Hangman card. It was trying to flip out, and that's the one that bothers me in the readings every other time. Money related. So when I feel money related, I feel like that could be related to maybe like child support of some sort or something. But very similar cards, and what I'm basically doing here is okay, so unaware of surroundings, and because I've lost my train of thought now, so I didn't have a question here, but my thoughts were that once you know what's happened and you reread it back through, you can see the picture very clearly. And when I'm doing a reading, I have no idea of what's happened. I'm just given the cards. These cards that are here on the table right now are pretty much the exact same cards that came out when I did the reading itself, and I didn't know nothing about it. So it just shows the cards really do know, like they are coming out in the right way. It's just you've got to try and put that story together without having any factual image or like the images coming through. I can hear them, but I don't see the scenario. I don't see it playing out. I hear them talking to me, and I see from the cards what story they're trying to tell. But very interesting knowing how it turned out, and seeing all of these cards sitting here on the table right now being the same cards pretty much that have come out, except this line here. This line here is giving us like more information on what's going to happen, and just down the bottom here it says that all the accomplices are guilty. All of them, all 5 are implicit in it. They're all accomplices and they're all guilty. And here it's saying, but somebody did organise it, and the phone records is going to show who was in control of the situation or who was doing the organising. Maybe someone got paid for doing a part of it. Maybe it was related to money, but that's what they're trying to say now that's new. This wasn't here in last week's reading, but everything else was pretty much here. And this one wasn't here either. That's a new one. So they're just saying that was a slow process. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week.